Hello, Skizz man, if that is your real name. I don't know if you're ever gonna see this video, but I figured I'd make it because I don't know. I want to share something I've been thinking, and I was saying to myself, I'll keep this in my head, and then I'll say it maybe one day if I meet Skizz. But I realize that any circumstance in which I meet you is probably not going to be one in which I get to unleash all of my thoughts, and I highly doubt I'll ever meet you. So I figured I'd make a video, I'd post it, I'd tag you in it, and I'd see if you see it. And if you don't, well, at least I got the thoughts out there. At least I got the thoughts out there. Skizz, can I call you Skizz? I'm gonna call you Skizz for this video. Skizz, you are my biggest inspiration. It not just in the way that you make videos. In fact, mainly not in the way you make your videos, although you certainly have inspired me there as well. I would say more, you've inspired me with the way that you are as a person, or at least my perception of the way you are as a person, because again, we've never met, although I'd like to meet you one day. Um, the thing that I think about is the fact that you are so positive in every aspect of your life. You are positive. You're always laughing and smiling, and I imagine, I don't know, and trying to find some fun thing, right? That's incredible. And I wish I could have that kind of outlook. And I'm trying to, but I complain about everything. About anything and everything. I'll find a way to complain. And then I'll complain about the fact that I've complained. And I might be complaining right now. Um, but yeah. The fact that you're so positive, I'm sure that's such a healthy lifestyle. And another thing is, I saw this video. It was a clip from an Impulse stream. You know Impulse. And it was you and Mumbo and Impulse a little bit talking about rock climbing. And the I know that Mumbo is deeply, deeply passionate about rock climbing. I don't really know if you are or not, but you were in that moment extremely passionate, and you were talking about all this interesting stuff that you had read, and whether or not you, like, if I don't know, but if I had to guess, I would have guessed that you had been interested in rock climbing for a very long time, because the way you spoke about it with Mumbo was incredible, and I think that's something I want to do more for other people, and I wish that other people would do more for me. Is just talk to me about my interests, and I would talk to them about their interests, even if I'm not interested, really. Just interest yourself. That's really admirable. I'm a big fan of that. And the second thing I wanted to mention was in limited life, you did your affirmations of everyone, right? You made these observations as to how everyone was, and you, throughout the series, affirmed them. You said, this is what is great about you. That was, I like, that's really cool, dude. That's the only way I can word it without it sounding kind of cringe. It was extremely cool of you. Um, and after I saw that, I tried to do it myself with my friends of the day. But there was something I was missing. I didn't spend enough time actively observing them, and I was younger then. I was probably 14, 15, but it was a while ago, and I tried to do the same thing, and I just didn't have the knack for it. Uh, at some point, I discovered your podcast with Impulse, the Imp and Skizz podcast, and I've been watching a lot of that. I watched your new episode about the past life retrospective, and I thought it was very cool how you brought in Bread and that other guy whose name I forget. Whoops. To talk about their perception, because I know in the wildlife one you brought in Grian to talk about what he knew, but I'm sure you realized as much as everyone else that that Grian didn't know everything about it, and bringing in even more people was pretty cool as well. I liked that. I liked how you let them talk. You didn't try to interrupt. You didn't like say, okay, but yes, but now let's talk about past life. Let's talk about how I did in past life because it's me and I'm the cool guy with all the subscribers. No, you didn't do that. You let them talk about the really cool thing that they did. That I like that about Impulse as well. Impulse is another guy, but I like you more. No, don't tell it. Uh, I just think, Skizz, if you're seeing this, that the way you see life, from my perception of what I know about you, is really, really admirable. And you're in a you know you're fairly successful. You've got over 100,000 subscribers. What are you on? 170,000 now? Let me check. The Skizzle man. Whoa, 209. Good job. I didn't even notice. So yeah, you're over 200,000 subscribers now. I remember I subscribed to you when you had around 50,000. Sort of a bit of a humble brag there. But even with that unbelievable success, you've remained humble. And not only humble, you've remained simultaneously humble about your success, but proud of yourself in a way that doesn't come across as arrogant, and proud of others for achieving a equal or greater success. And that is what I really admire you for, is that you're the crux, I suppose, is what you have that I don't, that I want, that I like, what I'm aiming to achieve based on you, is that you just see the best in situations and in people and in all sorts. But you're not a blind optimist. I don't think you're a blind optimist. I think you're a very realistic person. I just think you're a positive person, and that is, I think you're. God, I've never met this guy. Why am I getting emotional? Without at risk of sounding parasocial, I really quite like you, and I think I'm going a bit in circles now, so I might cut that there. But yeah, that's the bulk of it. Is I admire your positivity. I admire your humbleness. I admire your pride. And I admire you. I admire you. If you watched this video, Skizz, just know, we've never met. We probably never will. But I'm a real person who exists, and I admire you. Thank you.